And welcome to another week of Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to this week. The Georgia Southern Eagle baseball team looking to remain on top in the Sun Belt standings. They were hosting the Jags from South Alabama in a 3-game series. Eagles able to take 2 out of 3. We'll have some highlights of that game for you. Statesboro High's golf team hosting the Area 1 5A playoffs, and that was over at Forest Heights Country Club. We'll head out there and see how the Blue Devils fared. We'll also see how the Statesboro baseball team did in the opening round of the state playoffs. The Blue Devils were hosting Whitewater. They were able to split the first games on Wednesday and then had to play the if game there on Thursday. Unfortunately, the Blue Devils ended up falling in the third and final game 3-0, so the season comes to a close for them. But congratulations to the Southeast Bulldog Yellow Jackets, who were able to sweep Tattnall County in the opening round of the state AAA baseball playoffs. Next up for them, they'll be at Cook County. And as for the Southeast Bulldog soccer team, the girls were able to win in the first round. They advanced to the second round. And the Bullock Academy Gators open up the state playoffs this week over at Gator Alley. We'll have plenty of highlights to get to, and we'll get to that in just a moment. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles hosting South Alabama, an important Sun Belt series there at J.I. Clements as the Eagles try to stay on top, or right at the top in this Sun Belt standings. Let's get out and take a look at some of the highlights from them winning the series with the Jags. Georgia Southern baseball in the first of a 3-game series with South Alabama. Friday, game 1, the Jaguars start the scoring. Reed Powers up, and away to right center. And it's 1-0 South Alabama. They'd add another here as Austin Thompson on his horse just can't make the grab down the line. 1 run scores, but Tyler Martin will gun down Ethan Wilson for out number 3. So South Alabama up 2-0. The Eagles come back in the 4th. J.P. Teague singles, 2-run score, and we're tied at 2-all. The Eagles tighten up on defense as Thompson makes a nice play to get the runner at third. In the 5th, the Eagles take the lead. Noah Ledford, the RBI single to left. 3-2 Eagles. Next up, Jason Swan. And he singles to center, 2-run score, and it's 5-2 Georgia Southern on top. Teague at it again moments later as he will single down the line in left. 2-run score, and it's 7-2 Georgia Southern. And they go on to win this one by a final of 9-2. So we move to game 2 on Saturday. Plenty of runs in this one. Once again, the Jaguars start the scoring, though. Kate Perkins with the 2-run double down the line into left, and it's 3-0 South Alabama. The Eagles respond in their half of the inning. One on for Mason McWhorter. And this one up and away to right center. And the lead is cut to 3-2. To the third we go. Christian Avant singles to center. 2-run score. The Eagles take a 5-3 lead. The Jaguars not going away though, as they will eventually tie the game at 6-all on the RBI single by Caleb De La Torre. Back come the Eagles in the fifth. Stephen Curry, the batter. And he'll drive the single to right as the Eagles go up 8-6. Then Mason McWhorter adding to his home run and RBI total. The 3-run shot over the monster gives the Eagles an 11-6 lead. Blake Evans next with the RBI double to left. And Georgia Southern goes on to win a wild one, 16-12. That was also head coach Rodney Hennon's 700th career victory as we move to Sunday in Game 3. And for the third straight game, the Jaguars take the lead up 3-0. They'd add another here in the fourth as Michael Sandel comes through with the sac fly to center, and it's 4-0 South Alabama. Nick Jones in relief, able to get out of the inning with the strikeout. Trouble was the Jags' Drake Nightingale was holding his own, 11 strikeouts and only 7 innings of work. And then the solo blast to right here by Wells Davis. It's 5-0 South Alabama. Inconsistency behind the plate finally got the best of head coach Rodney Hennon, who gets tossed here just after the home run win, number 701. We'll have to wait. Jones pretty sharp except for that home run as he'd strike out 5 and 3 1/3. Nice play here defensively by Austin Thompson. And then the Eagles finally get on the board. Noah Ledford singles into center with 2 on. McWhorter and Evans both score to cut the lead to 5-3, but the Jags tack on another in the 8th on the Sandel RBI single coming up right here. And South Alabama avoids the sweep, winning by a final count of 6-2. So up next for the Eagles, they'll be on the road at Troy coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Stay with us. Coming up next, we'll hit the high school baseball diamond.
What does it mean to have financial freedom?
At Queensboro Wealth Management, we're helping people figure that out.
And giving them a plan to get there.
If you have a desire to take control of your finances and live with financial purpose,
We will use every bit of our knowledge to help you.
And there's no cost to get started.
Download a free kit from our website, then give any of us a call. QWM is Queensboro Wealth Management. Let's begin today.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998. Providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy. In-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, in-house lab. And introducing our new nurse practitioner, Melissa Beasley, as we now accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care. Well, the Statesboro High Blue Devils were hosting the opening round of the state playoffs for the first time since 2009. They're hosting Whitewater in the best of 3 series. The Blue Devils, the number 2 seed, Whitewater coming in as the 3 seed despite having a little better record than the Blue Devils did overall. Let's get out and see how things went for Mill Creek. Statesboro High hosting a state playoff game for the first time since 2009, hosting Whitewater in the first of a best of 3 series. The Blue Devils threatening early. Bradley Groenfield takes third on the wild pitch. Michael Mascarello brings him home moments later with the sacrifice fly to center as the Blue Devils take a 1-0 lead. On the mound, senior Eddie Mitchell looking sharp here with the strikeout. The Blue Devils looking to manufacture another run in the second inning. Drake Horton will steal second. He'd then move over to third on a fielder's choice. And then it's J.D. Kaiser coming through with the RBI single into right. Horton scores to give Statesboro a 2-0 lead. Mitchell continuing to mow down the Wildcat batters. But Whitewater finally able to get to him here in the fourth. Chris Buchanan, the RBI single to center, cuts the lead to 2-1. Next, it's Carter Rutt, and he singles up the middle. Another run scores. We're tied at 2-all. The Blue Devils able to get out of the jam, though, thanks in part to a nice play at short here by Drake Horton. Mitchell shuts the Wildcats down from there. He'd finish with 4 strikeouts. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Bases loaded, 2 out for Austin Arendez, who provides the walk-off victory with the single in the left. And the Blue Devils take game 1 by a final of 3-2. Statesboro, unfortunately, unable to keep the momentum going in game 2. Brett McPeters, the ground ball. The Blue Devils unable to make the play, loading the bases, and the wild pitch will plate the runner from third for a 1-0 lead. Dylan Morris then with the double to right, clearing the bases. The Wildcats taking a 5-0 lead. They get a little greedy here on the single to right, testing the arm of Jackson Proctor, who guns the runner at home to end the inning. Proctor then trying to get it done at the plate. The single to left. Then it's another single by Drake Horton. Statesboro able to scratch through for a run here on the wild pitch as Austin Arendez slides home safe. But the Wildcats proving too much. They'd add 3 more runs in the 6th, and they'd go on to take game 2 10-2. So we move to Friday and the third and decisive game. On the mound, senior Bradley Groenfeld getting some defensive help. Once again, it's Drake Horton at short with another nice play. Offensively, Statesboro with their opportunities. Jackson Proctor legs out the infield single. Statesboro leaving runners in scoring position in the first and second, and then in the third they'd leave a runner on third. Groenfeld keeping Statesboro in it, 4 strikeouts and a complete game. Dake Williams ends up going 2 for 3 along with J.D. Kaiser, but Dylan Morris would not allow a Blue Devil run. We move to the 6th, 1 out and a fly ball to the gap in left center. Tailing left, and Will Yawn just can't come up with it. That would be followed by a single down the line by Landon Busby that just does go in fair territory. And then with the infield in, Matthew Morgano singles up the middle, 1-0. Statesboro nearly gets out of the inning, but unable to turn the double play. The Wildcats would add 2 more runs on this double to left, and they'd end the season for Statesboro, winning 3-0. So unfortunately, the season comes to a close for the Blue Devils. They'll have a few big shoes to fill, especially in the pitching department for next season, but they do return quite a few players for next year's squad. As for the Southeast Bullock Yellow Jackets, congratulations to them as they were able to win 2 games, a 2-game sweep of Tatnall on the road to open up the state AAA playoffs. Next up, they'll be hitting the road for always tough Cook County coming up this week. All right, well, stay with us. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the area golf tournament from over at Forest Heights. Come visit us locally here in Statesboro at Piedmont Loop beside Walmart.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Well, the Statesboro baseball team, not the only ones hosting this week for the Blue Devils, or this past week rather, as the golf team was hosting the Area 1 5A playoffs over at Forest Heights Country Club. The Statesboro boys on fire. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. Statesboro High hosting the Area 5A playoffs Thursday at Forest Heights. The Blue Devils on fire on the front nine here. Mason Kleinlein with the birdie putt on number 5. Teammate Tate Ratcliffe would shoot a 1 under 35 on the front here for par on number 6. Staying with number 6, it's a birdie putt for Ford Berger. Berger tearing it up on the front nine here with the eagle putt on number 7. He'd end up just shy, but he'd tap that in for a birdie. And then we move over to the 9th hole. Berger with his 3rd shot, playing it off the hill. It rolls back nicely. He's got that left for a birdie and a round of 33 on the front, and he drains the 10-foot birdie. Berger ends up as the individual low medalist with the 72. We stay on number 9 and check out this putt by Hunter Brown. Just about goes in for a birdie. He'd tap in for par. Mason Kleinlein on number 9. He drains the long putt. Statesboro ends up winning the team title with a 307, 24 shots ahead of their competition.
Our scores, we actually shoot those scores and better in most places that we play, and I thought that it would have been lower. Today being our home course. I mean, just yesterday we came out here and shot, in the low 290s. So a little surprised, but strong enough to do what we needed to go to state. So proud of them. Proud for this. I think this is the 3rd year in a row that we've won the area. So proud of that.
Now you head back to Carrollton, where you guys just missed out on winning the state 2 years ago.
We're looking forward to it. The only thing that I need to change at this point is we need to think a little bit more on the golf course. We have the physical ability to win that tournament. I'm fully confident, but we've got to make some better decisions. When we need to hit a 220-yard shot, there's no sense in trying to take it 260, 275 and being in trouble. So we just need a little more course management, and I think we could actually win the state tournament this year. So very confident, looking forward to it.
Played pretty good on the front nine. I struggled a bit on the back. I shot my lowest round ever on the front. I shot 33. I made one bad swing on the back. That's probably most of it, but played really good. We're going back to the same course we played our sophomore year, and we lost by 3. So definitely some redemption coming, and we should be looking pretty good to win state.
Yeah, Ford, he's a very steady player. He can grind it out when we need him. I noticed on the back that he had gotten to 2 over at one point, and so he got those strokes back and got back to even. At one time he was 3 under for the day, so a good solid performance from him.
As for the girls, the host team with their struggles, the top individual for the Blue Devils was Savannah Barefoot, who shot a 90, which was 1 shot away from advancing to the state as an individual. The low medalist overall was Maylee Buzzle of Veterans, veterans also took top team honors as well. So congratulations to the boys for advancing to the state coming up in Carrollton. As for Southeast Bullock, they'll be hosting the state or the area as well coming up on Thursday over at Southeast Bullock, or hosting rather at Georgia Southern's golf course. All right, and before we go, congratulations go out to the Bullock Academy track team. They had quite a few individuals doing well, including state championships for Reagan Ellis in both the shot put and the discus. All right, and plenty of sectionals going on this week, Statesboro High and Southeast Bullock, with plenty of participants. We'll let you know how that goes next week, but for now, that'll wrap things up. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.